Hello friends, am I on? I think I am. I hope you can hear me. I hope I'm not blasting your eardrums. Anywho, so welcome to week 7. I hope you are warm and safe and inside and enjoying this day off. However, you don't really have the day off. So let's look at what we need to do for week 7. So today, what was the due date for your 6-word memoir poster? And instead of doing the critique in person, since we're not there, we're going to do it online in this discussion board. So if you click, this is in module 2, the very last thing, 6-word memoir poster critique. If you click on that, you will get this. I want you to watch this video linked here. That is me telling you how I want you to embed your image in a post. And then I want you to read this about how to do a critique. So I want you, by the end of the day today, February 19th, I want you to post your poster. And then tomorrow I want you to come back after everyone has posted their poster, come back and critique 2 of them. Okay, and when you go to critique something, I want you to select a poster that doesn't have any critiques yet. If all the posters have critiques, then you may post whichever poster you want to, but I want everyone to at least have 2 critiques on there. So again, watch this video here, linked here, read over the critique rules, and then post your critique. Well, first post your poster and then post your critique. So that is due. Oh, we already have some. Nice. Look at this. People following directions. All right. See, what I want you to do is when you, like I said, watch the video and I'll tell you how to make sure your poster is small so people can see it. Let's go back and look at what I want you to do today. So today starts a new module, module 3. And in module 3, we are going to learn a lot about type. We've learned a lot about the letter forms. And now we're going to learn about how to put those letter forms together and how to format like our paragraphs, our type, etc. This is module 3 description. You will gain knowledge and demonstrate a developing understanding of font size, leading, alignment, and spacing. This is what we're going over today. Demonstrate fine skills in kerning, tracking, and alignment through class projects. Fun. Explore and develop a strong foundation and knowledge of typographic hierarchy, which is also what we're learning today, with focus on color and other means of emphasis. Demonstrate an understanding of terms from the course thus far through a currency redesign project. We're talking about that today. Demonstrate an understanding of the module's content through posted quizzes, in-class assignments, and design projects. And engage in typography critique to evaluate, discuss the class design projects with consideration to principles of design and topics of formatting type from this module. All fun stuff. So let us go back to look at the module all at one time. So you can do this module in 2 ways. It's up to you. Again, choose your own adventure. I have some videos and some websites I want you to read and watch. The kerning game is fun. After you read about kerning and tracking and what that means, play this game. You don't have to tell them your score, but that's just a fun game to learn what kerning means. And then your homework is also talking about kerning and hierarchy, so or other typographic terms. So you can either read chapter 6 and 7 first and do the quiz, and then watch this, or watch this, then read your book, and then do the quiz. It's up to you. However you feel led. This is a big thing I want to talk to you. So your next project is the currency redesign project. Let's talk about it. Don't freak out about it yet. Let's talk about it. So this is the design brief, and in this project you are going to redesign a set of U.S. paper currency. focusing on typography and hierarchy. This isn't an illustration project. I want you to focus on the typeface you choose, the hierarchy, what is listed first, what is most important, and how you're going to put that together to redesign the $1 bill. So this project has 2 stages. Initially, the first stage, you're going to design a $1 bill with strict typographic constraints, and then in stage 2, you will design a set of 3 bills, the 1, the 5, and the 10, and it has some expanded design parameters. So let's go over that. Stage 1, designing the $1 bill. Hold on, I have $1. This is usually not the case. I usually do not have cash with me, but I do have $1. I'm going to bring up my viewer so I can see what my camera is seeing to make sure I'm showing you this. $1. Check that out. Now, you are only designing the front of the $1 bill. You do not have to design the back. The back looks super complicated. You are just designing a $1 bill for this first stage. Okay? So the parameters for this first stage is you will only use one typeface. Now remember, a typeface is what most people call a font. Okay, but we know better. So there's a typeface, like for example, Helvetica, and inside of the typeface Helvetica, there are different fonts. Helvetica Narrow, Bold, Condensed Bold, Helvetica Black, and different fonts inside the typeface. So you are only going to use one typeface. You will want to choose a typeface that has multiple fonts, like Helvetica, Arial, Futura, etc. You will only use one color beyond the white of the paper. So for example, the $1 actually has 2 colors, if you count the bright green and the cereal, but usually it's this dark green, blackish color here. So you're only going to use 2 colors in this first stage. You will only use 2 different type sizes. So again, that's what most people call a font size. So like you could use a type size of 18 for United States of America, and then maybe for Federal Reserve note, you might want to shrink that down to maybe a type size of 10. It's up to you. But you'll only use 2 different type sizes. The size for this, when you build this in Illustrator, which is what I prefer you build this in, is going to be 9.2 inches by 3.9, and that is this times 1.5. So your final size is actually not going to be this size. It's going to be 1.5 times this size. Typography should be the primary design element, not illustration. You may have illustration, like if you decide you want to put Washington on the $1, or maybe you want to put, who else could we put on the $1? Somebody else. If you want to put somebody else on the $1, you could put that person there. But illustration is not the primary target of this. The hierarchy in typography is the primary design elements in here. You were only designing the front of this. So the process for stage 1 is your analysis and your research. Examine the current typographic elements on the $1 bill. So let's do this together. If you have a $1 bill, pull it out. So the main typographic elements on here is you have the 1. So let's think about our hierarchy. What's the most important thing on here that you need to know? You need to know it is $1. So they have 1 in all 4 corners. You also need to know what country it's for. Oh, I wish I had my Guatemala money with me. I would show you that. Darn. $1 is also written down here. So you want to kind of, make notes of what is on the dollar bill. And then you will determine the relative importance of each piece of information, the hierarchy. So the biggest thing, what draws your attention to the dollar bill, in my opinion, is a couple of things. The United States of America, so you know where to use this, and then the ones in the corner, the one and $1 across the bottom, that lets you know this is $1. I don't think that this is the best use of hierarchy in a design. If I was redesigning the $1 bill, I would make sure you saw two things. One, that it was definitely $1. And two, it was for the United States of America, right? Because if maybe, this doesn't happen so much here, I don't think, as it does like in Europe, because like in Europe, you can be in France and then like 30 minutes later, you can be in another country. I think that's weird. But that's just their life. The same way we have states, you can be in not 30 minutes, but in a while, you can be in Tennessee. What I'm saying is that, especially in Europe, you want to make sure you've got the right country's denomination, the right country's currency. So the country name would be important. And then the $1 is important. So those two things would be your top and your hierarchy. Things that are not as important is probably like the serial number, which is important, but I don't need the serial number to go buy something. I just need this. This doesn't get you much, but you just need that. Okay, what else are we talking about? Determine the relative importance of each information. Thumbnail sketches. So you are going to create 10 layout sketches emphasizing hierarchy and readability. Now you can do, consider simplification and amplification of essential elements. So basically, what do you need to simplify and what do you need to amplify in this design? Sketches may be done pencil, pen, color pencil, or digitally, like in Procreate. I know a lot of you like to draw digitally, so feel free to do that. After you have drawn your 10 layout sketches, pick one that you really like and translate that sketch into a digital design using Illustrator. Okay, so you will create 10 thumbnails, and out of those 10 thumbnails, you will choose one, and you will take that one and put it into Illustrator and make a digital design. Maintain your strong typographic hierarchy and clarity. So that's good. So that's stage one. Basically designing the $1 bill in one color, besides white. One color. Stage two. You will then take that design, and then you will, so again, stage two, you are now going to make a $1, a $5, and a $10. You will then take the $1 you've designed. You can now use two colors, so maybe it's red, white, and blue. Very patriotic bill, but you don't have to use those. You will use two colors. You can use now up to 3 different type sizes. So in the first stage, you could only use 2. So now you can use 3. The size of the bill is the same. The bill should have a branded family resemblance while maintaining a clear distinction between denominations. So this is not a good example because I only have $1 and now I have this 20. So here's the $20 bill. $20 bill, let's see, the 5, the 10, and the 20 have all been redesigned, so that would probably be a better example. But you want your currency to look similar, maybe have the same layout, but you can change different colors maybe. You can change who's on it, if you want to put someone on it. But you want the bones of the design to be the same, so that people can say, oh, looking at it going, oh, you know what, that's from that country. That's from America or United States. Or that's from Mexico. Or that's from Guatemala. Anyway, what I'm saying is that you want to design the 1, the 5, and the 10 to look similar but distinct to each denomination. Okay, so the difference between the 1 and the 5 would be, obviously, the 1 has the $1 on it, 5 has a number 5 on it. Maybe the illustration changes, maybe the color might change. That's up to you. So it's one of those, it's important for these designs to look cohesive together, but can stand alone. So building on stage 1, you will expand the visual system developed in stage 1 to 3 different denominations. Like I was saying, ensure each build is distinct yet a part of a cohesive set. Clearly differentiate the denominations through typography and layout. Apply consistent typographic structure while allowing variation. You will create the 3 refined high-quality digital build designs like an illustrator. And ensure effective hierarchy, kerning, tracking, and letting. So everything that you learned today through your reading, through the videos and websites that I've listed, you're going to use in this project. So additional considerations. Portraits are optional. I will show you an inspiration page that I've used, that I've given you. Not all countries use portraits. Some countries use landmarks in their currency. Additional elements. You may include serial numbers, iconography, branding elements, or create your own. That's not a requirement, but you could. But typography is the first. This is a typographic exercise, not an illustration exercise. Okay? You don't have to have any illustrations on this. The primary emphasis should be typography choices and organization of information. That can wait. So here's what you're going to submit. So just like the typographic, the 6-word memoir poster, you're going to have a little bitty, not little bitty, but a small process book. You will submit a single PDF containing all the elements of your work, the sketches, the single redesign, and the 3-bill redesign. So you will have a cover page. You will need to add captions to your to everything, all the images in your process book. You will include stage 1 digital design of the $1 bill, including all the thumbnail sketches, and digital design of the cohesive set of 3 bills. You will then write a design rationale, which is a brief written explanation of the choices and decisions you made regarding this project. You will also, so you will submit, you will make up that PDF, and you will submit that here. If this was your Canvas, you'd have a submission here. You will also need to print and post the final designs from stage 1 and stage 2 on the critique board. You will need to do that on before class on March 5th. So what I'm looking for is your effective use of typography, sizes, and hierarchy. Is it readable? Is it accessible? Now, when I'm saying accessible, I want you to think about people who may not can read well, or maybe they have problems with their vision. For example, my mother has macular degeneration. She cannot see well in low light situations. So maybe if the bill had like a large 20 on it instead of Andrew Jackson, that would help her out. Cohesion, the bills should have a unified yet distinct visual identity. So again, they look good together and on their own. I'm looking for creativity and innovative use of design constraints and execution, precision in digital layout and typographic adjustments. So the PDF, the little process book, will be submitted here online by 11:59 p.m. on March 4th. That's not next Tuesday. That is a week from Tuesday. Yes, because we have 2 weeks. Let me make sure. Yes. You will have today, next week, and then it's due March 4th. And then your 4 designs, so that the first dollar and then the 1, 5, and 10 will be printed and posted to the critique board by the start of class on March 5th. If you have any questions, let me know. Next week, we will have an in-class lab day. So that's why if you look at your calendar that I've posted for what we're doing, I'm switching next week and this week because of the snow. And I'm switching that so that we can have an in-class lab day next Tuesday, that we can all come together and work on this. And please come to in-class labs because you have my undivided attention for an hour and 40 minutes. Of course, anytime my door is open, you may come in, but you also, someone else might be in there. However, I have this time set aside just for you. So please come and play with us in the lab, and we will work on our currency project together next week. But this week, I want you to go over everything in Module 3 and make sure you do your quiz 6 and 7. If there's any questions, please let me know, and I will see you next week. Stay warm and safe, and don't go out if you don't need to, because there's plenty of crazy people like driving around for no reason. I've heard them. Anyway.